right, good morning. Good morning, I guess, fellow scientists. Here we go. Yesterday we worked on potions and poisons and spells and stuff like that, and now we're ready to start digging into making more levels. Let me switch my screen over. There we go. So this is what we have so far. That we can find spell books, and we can... there we go. We can find weapons, I guess, that have... Let's see, what did I just pick up? I picked up a longsword. We have weapons that have proc effects, and we have spell books we can learn spells from, and we have mobs also that can quote-unquote cast spells as their own abilities. We can say get... I guess we can take a look at this. Yeah, mobs can now cast spells. So if we look at that, we added the spell ability to the large spider, and now the large spider can actually cast the web spell, which is something the player can learn as well. So let me fix that. Okay. So what's next? Next is this chapter 67. We're getting close to the end of this book here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 chapters left to go. Although these chapters I was told are kind of long, but that's okay. And then once we're done with all of this, then we're done with the tutorial, as far as I know, unless Bracket decides to extend it, and then I'm going to start working on my own. I don't know how much of that can be streamed, because I don't know how much of that would be interesting to watch being done. And I only have like an hour and a half or 2 hours a day to actually stream. So if I can do the design off stream and then the coding on stream, maybe that'll work out. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I said I got a little messed up here. There we go. All right, so let's start with Enter the Dragon and see how far we get. Things are falling all over the place here. Alright, so now that we have spells and more advanced item abilities, the player might just be able to survive the first layer of the dwarven fortress we built built back in section 4.17. I wonder if I could do that. Can I survive? If I hit refresh, start a new game, can I get all the way to the Dwarven Fortress without dying? We do have very old equipment on us. We have no money. I'm not sure the hangover penalty is meaningful because it's gone by the time we get to the exit from town. Oh, and the exit didn't work. We have a problem here with the trigger. I was able to walk a little bit past. Okay, well, let's pick up the rations. And oh, what's this? It's a potion, but we can't identify it yet. I guess we can just take the potion and then wait out its effects if it's bad. Oh, it's a strength potion. Okay. So I'm trying not to use the cheating menu. Viscous yellow potion, shift 3. I don't know what that was. That's the other thing we need to add is the ability to determine what we already know. There should be a display, a menu for that. Is known spells. I'm just following the river here because the river leads us to the next level. Looks like it goes under the road there. And there's the next level. So we're in the limestone caverns. Ooh, I was able to see through the wall just then. I don't know if you can go that. Yeah, I can't go that way because that's deep water. You can see past deep water, but you can't walk on it. Oh, I just got hit by a spider web, and now I'm slowed. There's a health potion in case I need that. Oh, that must have been what the other potion was. Let's find out what this is. Oh, ow. This spider is nasty. What did I just pick up? I picked up the unidentified dagger. Oh, we know that's a good dagger to use. So let's equip that. F. The dagger of venom. Now I'm super slow. Oh, and my journey has ended. I forgot to drink the health potion after taking some damage. All right. So I can't get to the limestone caverns, but I can see that it's possible to do. Because I wasn't really paying attention to what I was doing, unfortunately. Also, now that NPCs can use special abilities, we should be able to model the evil dragon who, according to our design document, occupies the Dwarven Fortress. This chapter will be all about building the dragon's lair, populating it, and making the dragon a scary but beatable foe. Okay. So let's build the lair. According to the design document, Level 6 used to be a mighty dwarven fortress, but has been occupied by a nasty black dragon who just loves eating adventurers and presumably dealt with the dwarves of yore. That implies that what we want is a corridor-based dungeon. Dwarves tend to love that, but eroded and blasted into a dragon's lair. To assist with this, we'll re-enable watching map generation. Okay, so that's in our mod, I think. Oops. Oh, in the lid. Yeah, it's here, true. Unfortunately, watching map generation is very slow. So we'll have to sit through that, I guess. And then next we'll put together a skeleton to build the level. In Map Builders Mod RS, it had the following. You know what would be good is if instead of it being a bool, we could make it an I-32 and then say if the depth is greater than that value, then true, otherwise false. That might be a smarter way to do it. But let's try it this way for now and see how it goes. So in Map Builders, not Map Builders DLA, Map Builders Mod, we're going to add the new, because it doesn't matter where we go, right? Mod Dwarf Fort Builder, and then we're going to use it like that. Update the function at the end, right? So level builder, we'll add a new depth 6. And you're going to spell the variable names correctly. There we go. Now we'll make a new file called Dwarf Fort. Uh-oh. Then that's not going to work. Okay, you know what we'll do is we'll just rename it here. since I type out the word builder anyway. All right, so that should check except for the dwarf fort part. Yep, so let's create it. Source, map builders, dwarf fort. And then put a minimal BSP based room dungeon in it. Okay, so we're going to say use, I think we have to use crate, right? I'll just put crate star. Although that probably makes the compilation step really slow, right? And I'll put RLTK in here. Then we have the width and the height are both I32s. Yep. And it returns a builder chain. Okay. And what does this look like? We haven't done one of these in a while, have we? All right, and the chain starts with oops, need to get one of those in there, and then chain dot width, and then we're going to add room sort central. I think I did it in camel case for these guys. And then we have room drawer new, BSP corridors, and corridor spawner. All right. BSP corridors, and then corridor spawner. And we can get rid of these things. Right. And then we have a blank line for some reason, and then chain with area starting position. And then chain width uncullable, cull unreachable. Voronoi spawning, and then chain width distant exit, and return the chain, and we're done. Okay, so this should build. Nope. Room sorter. There we go. And do a quick check, and nope, 15 errors. We don't have room sorter? Is that something that we... Huh. I thought we had that. Maybe it's called something else and we just need to update the... Oh, this is room sort. That's what's throwing me. There, it says room sorter, new, room sort central. And it still doesn't exist. So let's go to the definition here. Where does room sorter... There is a room sort. Maybe it's just not pub? Yeah, it's pub. And it's in the same file as room sorter. Oh, do I have to say, let's pull up a different map builders then. And we can take a look at another one like town and see how it does its thing. Superstar, not Great Star. That's probably it. There we go. And then YN doesn't have a bottom. It has a top, center, and a... Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, bottom. And now we're using bottom for YN. And we have to pull this out here. Any other places we use YN? No. Okay, so I cleaned that up. This gets you a very basic room-based dungeon. And again, in order to see this, we would have to skip forward through. I mean, we can try it, but I think it's going to be slow because we have to get through all 6 levels, and we're going to have to watch each one get built. Let's run this and see what happens, and then maybe I just add that little cheat about only showing level 6 being built. There we go. Yeah, so this is building the town. Boom. Okay, and then I'll turn on God mode, go to the next level, and we can see the next level being built. I mean, it's kind of neat to watch, but it takes a while. And then this is the next level, where it digs out a cavern. How long does this take? So this is starting, this is the thing that's starting in the center and then doing a random walk for a certain amount of steps. Huh. This is slow. Okay, so while that's going on, I'm going to change this. Instead of a bool, this is going to be a I-32, and we're going to change this to level 6. And then where we use it, well, it should be easy enough to see where we use it. If I just try to build it, and it'll complain about where it gets used. Right there. So we're going to say if show map gens visualizer, we're going to say, okay, that's that level. So let's go to the next level. That's the limestone caverns. And the next one is the deep limestone caverns. We should have the map level, the map depth somewhere. So if show map gen visualizer, oops, is equal to self.map.depth, I think we can say. Let's see what fields are on the map. There is a depth. Okay. So I'm going to try that. So this is a deep limestone caverns. That built a little bit faster. Now we go next level. This is the first level of the Dwarven Fortress, where we have the cave on one side and the fortress on the other side. And then we put in the pre-made dungeon type. And the way this gets split is that we have different tile set for the left side versus the right side. Oh yeah, that's right. And we dig out each room. Let's see if this is greater than 0, greater than or equal to 0, right? And we'll just say -1 for turning it off. So each room gets dug out a little bit, but we have corridors still connecting them all. There we go. And then that's the Dwarf Fort upper reaches. Oh, and I just ran test. Didn't mean to. And this is the new one. This is the Dwarven Fortress. So this is what they were talking about here, and you can actually see it. I'm not going to flip back yet because I want to see it finished building. That's a lot of stuff. But now we're in the Dwarven Fortress, and we got to see it get built this way. But it's a good start, but not really what we're looking for. Yeah, we don't have any tests to run. It's obviously man/dwarf made, but it doesn't have the scary dragon lives here vibe going on. So we'll also make a scary looking map with a larger central area and merge the two together. We want a somewhat sinister feel, so we'll make a custom builder layer to generate a DLA insectoid map, and I think merge is the word there, merge it in. So does this go in its own? Here's Dragon's Lair. So maybe we add that as a builder, as its own file. Or we can just put it in we can just put it in at the bottom here. That might be the way to go for now. Kiss Killer, thank you for the follow. All right, oops. There's the generator and the build data. What is that builder chain? Oh, builder map. And it does not return anything. Self build. RNG and build data, and then we just call this in here in the impl dragon's lair, pub fun new, box new, and then this becomes built. Just build on its own. Okay, so what is this doing? So build data map depth is 7. Huh, why are we doing that? I'm very confused. But let's see. Yeah. Depth is 7. Build data, take snapshot. And new 6, right? So we're starting with level 6 here on the builder chain. Build data width, build data height. And it's going to have some text here, what it's called, just new map. We're going to start with the insectoid map we built a long time ago, and we'll build it. I'm going to add the history to our history. For each in builder, build data, history, hitter. So we're just copying it over, and we're going to throw it away. Build data, take snapshot. And then we merge the maps. I think we've done this before, map merging for that, the transition level. So we're enumerating all over the tiles if star TT is tile type wall, and builder build data map tiles IDX is tile type floor. Okay, then we're going to set TT to floor. So if it's a wall and our builder map says it should be a floor, then we're going to make it a floor. Then we'll add it to our builder function. Right here, chain with dragon's lair, new. All right, let's see what I didn't do right. And this gives a much more appropriate map, it says. Dragon's lair. So it builds a bunch of rooms, connects them, builds out from the middle, and then merges the two together. You'll notice that we're starting at one diagonal corner and ending at the other to make it hard for the player to completely avoid the middle. Yeah, so this is what he's referring to, is we start at the left top. We end at the right bottom. And then I'm not sure what the distant exit is. I know that you're supposed to find the exit as far away from the starting position as possible. That's what distant exit means. But if we already have an area ending position, I'm not sure what that, why do we need both? All right, so what do we have wrong here? BUILDER. All right, so that works. Let's see what happens if we generate the WASM for this and then take a look to see, because I'm confused by the use of map depth 7 here, and then map depth 6 here. But we are... Yeah, so I've got a feeling it's not going to work if we're setting this to 7. Maybe that should be set to 6, or maybe we shouldn't even be setting the depth because we're passing it in already. I'm confused. But let's begin a new game. So that's level 0. We did not see the level get built. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're not seeing it get built at all. Okay. What do we have? So I set this to 6. What I'm going to do is every time we check it, I'm going to check the console log here under take snapshot. Oh, yeah. So that's probably what's going on here. Let me print these out and see what's going on. So that is in map builders. RLTK console log format bang. We're going to say viz that one, show map gen visualizer current depth is equal to this self map depth. Okay. So the viz should always be 6. And then we should see here, ooh, we got an unknown glyph. And we're starting out, looks like we're starting outside this particular room. Oh, this is one of these maze things. Wow, there's a lot of stuff on this level. All right. Let's refresh as soon as this is done. There we go. So this is saying viz 6, current depth is 1. Right? That's what we're seeing here. If I go to the next level, current depth is 2. 3. Yeah, that one had 228. I don't know why these are separate. But okay. 4. 5. Yeah. So that's what the 7 versus 6 thing. Some of them are 7s and some of them are 6s. And now it's saying the current depth is 7. So I think maybe let's change that back. Maybe this shouldn't be a 7. And I don't know why we're setting it. I'm going to just leave it commented out because it should already be set. Up here, we set the new depth. So I'm gonna try it this way. I should take out the console log. And see how this looks. And then maybe we can just visualize, that'll help us just visualize that one level. That's interesting. My teleport command doesn't consume any turns. That's good to know. So let's refresh. Begin new game. Teleport, 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 and nope, we didn't get to see it build. Oh dear. Okay, well, you know what? I guess we don't really need to see it build. That's how I'm giving up on that. Anyway, so we can actually see the level. If I just reveal the whole level using this code, we can actually see. Oh, we got a giant lizard here, and I don't have the right weapons to attack him with. Let's pick this guy up and wield it. Oh, unidentified rod. That's what that was. Okay, but we see, like, on the outside here, there's rooms, and on the inside there's this big open area that the dragon must have carved out. while he was living here. Lots of lizard men. There's nothing here to pick up. Oh, the breastplate. There we go. That should protect me. Okay. Huh, why is some of these red? They're quite average, and this one's yellow. Huh. Maybe those are different types? I don't know. That's weird. Okay, I wasn't expecting to see that. Alright, so general spawns. If you cargo run right now, you'll notice the level is mostly full of items, free loot, and not so many monsters. There's actually two things going on here. We're weighting items and mobs in the same table, and we've added a lot of items recently relative to mobs and props. There aren't that many mobs permitted on this level to begin with. As we add more and more items, the issue is only going to get worse, so let's fix it. Let's commit these changes first. Dwarf fort level. Okay. And raw master. So we're going to add a new function to determine what type of spawn an entry is. Spawn type by name. Alright, so we have a pub enum spawn table type. Let's just, I guess we can throw this, where would this go? I want to look for the last public thing. There's spawn all spells. And these are all the private functions. Right? There. Okay, so this will be pub enum spawn table type. Well, you know what? Maybe it makes sense to have all of the enums and structs at the top. I don't know. What's the accepted practice? Not sure it matters, but oh well. And then we'll have a pub fun spawn type by name. Which returns a spawn table type. If raw's item index contains key, then spawn table type item. And then it's spawn table type mob. Else spawn table type prop. This means if there's an item with the same name as a mob, then the item is returned first. I guess we can live with that. We'll add a new master table structure to the random table RS file. This acts as a holder for tables sorted by item type. We're also going to fix some of the odd layout in the previous version. Okay, I guess there was odd layout in the previous version. But let's go to our random table code and take a look at that. So we still have random number generator. And now we need the spawn table type, spawn type by name, and raw master. Random entry is still a string, sorry, a name and a weight. The string in I32. Random entry has a new. We derive default on random table. We have on master table now. Okay. Do we still have random table? We do. And it still has entries and total weight. Okay, so this is what's new here. Pub struct master table. So we have those three random tables in there, and then we have the impl master table. I'm going to use the self because that's more common items. Oops, it should just be one colon like that, and mobs and props. Oh, and we need pub fun add. Mean is type S. Weight 1 through 2. Raw is raw. Master. And the match spawn type by name. Oops. Okay. So it's just determining which thing to put it in. This should be mob. Alvaro Ferlante says, great music. Can you share your playlist? I sort of can. Oh, thank you, Limpid, for the follow. I sort of can. What I'm using is Pretzel Rocks. And I'm not signed in, but I'm using this chill playlist. Oh, Misfit, thank you for the follow. So, and I don't know what the current one is. Let me just put it in here. Star drops, names, flame, star. That's what's currently playing. All right. So let's keep going with this. This has to be changed to mobs. And this needs to be changed to props. So that... Oh, and this needs to be prop. There we go. So that does that. So now we add it to the right table whenever we do an add. And then pub fun, roll, self, RNG, string. There we go. Let roll is RNG roll dice. 1 through 4. And then we match roll. So we don't actually need... Oh, that's interesting. We're calling roll on the random table. Oh, which we should already have, right? It's 1. So items, roll, RNG. 2, 3, and 4. And this will be props. Mobs, and then none. Wow. To string. Alright, so that should work. Do we change random table anywhere? Oh, I didn't like that. Oh, because I put a comma. Spawn type by name doesn't exist. Oh, I called it the wrong thing. By name. There we go. And what else is wrong? Stir is lowercase. And then prop doesn't exist, really? Oh, I called it prob. Ah, prop. There we go. Alright, let's do a quick check here, and then we'll take a look at random table. This looks like it got refactored a little bit, so... what's wrong here? Use a semicolon because we're supposed to be returning anything. Okay. Is that what they have there? No. That's interesting because normally it doesn't care if you're just returning a void. Okay, yeah, and then we need to refactor the random table. Okay, let's do that. I don't know, that looks right. And oh, this changes to a string instead of an option string. Okay, that's what's being cleaned up here. Self total weight is equal to 0. I return none. If self total weight is greater than 0. Oh, okay, we're refactoring all of this here. Because it's got to be greater than 0, I guess, if we get to that point, and then this just becomes none to string. and this sum goes away, right? As you can see, this divides the available spawns by type and then rolls for which table to use before it rolls on the table itself. Now in Raw Master, we'll modify the get spawn table for depth to use the master table. Okay. I think this is all the changes, right? Yeah, I'm just going line by line here. I think that's everything. All right, let's just make sure this checks. And of course it doesn't. Oh, right, because we need to modify this get spawn table for depth. Okay. There it is. So the available options is raws.spawn table, right? Iter, filter, depth, collect. Okay, that's the same. And this becomes master table, right? E in available options iter. Weight is e-weight. Add map depth to weight is sum. And this becomes raws here. Okay, so let's see, does that check? Oh, and then we have to return master table. Right, and master table is not found in the scope, so we have to add it. I wonder if we no longer need random table now. We're going to probably have to modify get item drop, right? Yeah, it still doesn't like that. Here's get spawn table for depth. It doesn't like this. Oh, we don't need to reassign it. Okay. Since we implemented basically the same interface for the master table, we can mostly keep the existing code and just use the new type instead. In Spawner, we'll also need to change one function signature room table. Okay. So we still have this issue here. And here's spawner.s. So, sorry, spawner.rs. We'll also need to change one function signature to return the master table. Okay, room table. Oop. There we go. Okay, that slightly fixes things, but there's still a couple more broken things, right? There's this thing here, get item drop. Is this used anywhere? Maybe that's not used anymore. Get item drop. We can just pull it out. No, it's in the damage system. Interesting that was not modified. Let's go take a look at their code. This is how we learn. We're going to go to chapter 67. Dragon. Source. And what file were we in here? In Raw Master. Let's find get item drop. It's doing the random table. So what's the issue here is that RT roll. Oh, this is what needs to change. We just need to sum. Okay, so that's what's missing there. Let's fix that. And now this needs to change. What is this? Spawn region and spawner. So what did we change here? Did we just get rid of the if let sum? There's array index. Is this else this? Map index. This just says spawn points insert. spawn table role. So we don't have to worry about that. You can just say spawn table role RNG. All right. So I cleaned that up. By cargo run now, there's a much better balance of monsters and items on all levels. Okay, so let's turn off this thing here and rebuild. So the idea is that instead of just picking from the full table, what we'll do is we pick whether or not we're going to do an item, a mob, or a prop. Oops. Move occurs because sub-items has random table which does not implement the copy tree. Uh-oh. Okay, that's fun. No, we're only deriving default. We shouldn't be having to copy the item table, right? Okay, I'm confused. All we're doing is modifying. Oh, maybe add needs to be modified here. Oh, look at that. I put mut self instead of, where's add? Yeah, it's got to be ampersand mut self, right? That's what the bug was. Wonder why that didn't come up before. Okay, and this is expected random table because of return type. So this no longer returns anything. I missed those changes. And we still have this error. Oh, maybe this goes away. Get item drop. Let's look at get item drop again. And it's possible we just don't have to reset the RT there. Yeah, it's just RT add. Okay. There. Okay, that's good. All right. So we'll if we cargo run now, we should see a much better balance of monsters and items. So let's jump to level 6 really quickly and then take a look at that. Because like it says right now, there's a ton of items everywhere. I mean, the place is just littered with them. So let's see what happens when we do a refresh here and jump down to level 6, the Dwarven Fortress. Oops, refresh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Look at that. Something's wrong. Something seriously wrong. We broke something. Maybe it's that -1 thing that's failing us. It's this show map gen visualizer. I set it to -1. It shouldn't have broken things that badly. Okay, there's that. If it's on the right depth, then do the snapshot, otherwise not. Oh. Yeah, this should be equal to -1. That's why we weren't seeing the other thing being built. Okay. That explains that. That's a lot of things, huh? You can see everything because there's no walls anywhere. That's pretty funny. The doors are there though. And I can't type anything. Something's broken. All right, so let's refresh. Yeah, okay, we're back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so here's our Dwarven Fortress. Let's reveal it. And now we have... Oh, we don't have nearly as many items, I think, and we have a bunch of lizard men creatures. So I think it's working better now. I'll buy that. All right, so actually we haven't done a Clippy in a while. Let's make sure Clippy's happy, and then we'll commit these changes, and we can enter the dragon. We have a black dragon to deal with here. So this level is dominated by a black dragon. Checking our D&D rules, these are fearsome, enormous lizards of incredible physical might. Rebalance spawn among mobs, and items. There we go. With razor-sharp teeth and claws and a horrible acid breath that burns the flesh from your bones. With an introduction like that, the dragon had better be pretty fearsome. He also needs to be possible to beat by a player with 5 levels under their belt. Slaying the dragon really should give some pretty amazing rewards too. It should also be possible to sneak around the dragon if you're careful. Alright, so here's our dragon definition. We'll put them right at the top of the mobs here. It's a capital D, a red dragon, lock style, vision range pretty good, static movement, might and fitness are both 13. It's got high melee and defense, armor class 17, has a bite, a left claw, and a right claw for the attacks. And then it's got worms, loot table, a worm faction, level 6, and it has 6d10 gold, and then acid breath. 20% chance, so once in every 5 turns we're going to get acid breath out of them. Okay, and we'll need to define an acid breath effect. Where does that go? Oh, it goes under spells. Okay. Mana cost is only 2. Okay. Damage is 10. That's pretty significant. Okay, now we need to actually spawn the dragon. We don't want to put the dragon into our spawn table. That would make him appear randomly and potentially in the wrong level. That ruins his reputation as a boss. We also don't want him to be surrounded by friends. That would be too difficult for the player and draw focus away from the boss fight. So in Dwarf Fort Builder, we'll add another layer to the spawn generation. Oh, so we just have all of this code and we gotta figure out what's... Okay, let's envim, and then this is in Dwarf Fort. So here's our dragon's lair. Oh, this is a dragon spawner. Okay. Oops. So let's just set this aside here. Oops. 80 dash. There we go. And then this is going to be also in here, and we're going to say pub struct dragon spawner. And we can just copy this. Right, and just change dragon's lair to dragon spawner. Oops, let's do it this way. Dragon spawner. Okay. And now we're going to build it. So this is how we build the dragon spawner. Find a central location that isn't occupied. This should be build data map.get center or something like that. Let mod available floors. Back new. I'm going to see if Rust can infer the type here for IDX. Tile type in build data map tiles iter. Enumerate. Alright, so if crate map tile walkable tile type we're going to make a tuple here of IDX and RLTK distance alg Pythagoras squared distance 2D. Oh, there should be a dot. And then the first point is RLTK point new and IDX as I32 divided by build data map width. Looks like I forgot a D there. And then the other side is going to be RLTK point new seed X and seed Y. Right? And then this closes the if, this closes the for. If available floors is empty, panic. Okay. No valid floors to start on. Okay, and then otherwise we say available floors sort by AB. All right, so what are we doing here? We're finding all of the available floors that are and then we sort by all of the available floors, right? And then we sort by distance. Let start X is available floors. I'm going to get the one that's closest to the center. Okay, and then the dragon point. Remove all spawns within 25 tiles of the drake. Yeah, so that's there. And then the distance. So this is Pythagoras squared, and this is just Pythagoras. I wonder what the difference is. That would be interesting to take a look at. Dragon point, spawn point. So we get the distance from one to the other, and then distance is greater than 25.0. So we only retained those spawns, which are at least 25 away. Okay, So this creates a dragon spawner. Let's pop over to main and temporarily change the one line in the main function to generate the world map at level 6. Okay. Yes. We're going to have to modify, because right now nothing's calling it. So we're going to have to add this to up here somewhere. Where does dragon spawner get called? I meant to go over here and then F. There we go. Dragon spawner. That's it. Okay. So we are going to have to add it to, and let's go take a look at the map builders and the dwarf. Where is he? Here. So we're going to have to add the dragon spawner there. Okay. Easy enough. Right. I'm going to just run a cargo check. I'm not going to do this because we can jump to level 6 pretty quickly. Oops. This should be dot width is empty. Yep, I got that. Okay, that's it. What are the warnings? Oh, we're not using the random number generator. Did I miss the underscore? I did. Like that. Okay. Let's generate the WASM and take a look at the dragon's lair with the dragon in it. And see if he decimates us. Well, I'm going to have God mode on, so that won't be a problem, but we'll be able to see the attacks. What's this warning? We don't know how to spawn none. Okay. I'm going to have to, yeah, there's 24 of those. 3, I got to remember God mode there. Dwarven Fortress. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to do a reveal, just so I can walk around a little bit easier. And somewhere in here is going to be the dragon. Somewhere towards the middle. Right? There he is. Just sitting there. Boom. So yeah, it doesn't say, that's the other part that's missing from this, is the attacks. Looks like he's doing it every time. Oh, he's infecting himself too. Now that I'm up close to him, Black Dragon hits player for 43 HP. Wow. Yeah. So I'm going to need much better armor. Hey, I killed the dragon. And it didn't even level me up by even 1. Wow. Okay. It helps if you're invincible. So that's good. So that works. So this starts you on the dragon lair level. We don't need to do that. So you don't have to navigate to the other levels to complete it. Cargo run the project. Use the cheat to enable God mode and explore the level. It looks pretty good, but the dragon is so powerful that it takes ages to slay them. And if you watch the damage log, the player is pretty certain to die. With a bit of practice, though, you can take down the dragon with a combination of spells and item use. So we'll let it stand for now. Go ahead and change the main function back. Okay, so git status, git add laws and source, git commit, added Black Dragon. There we go. The dragon isn't very scary. If you play the game, the dragon is quite lethal. He doesn't, however, have much of a visceral impact. He's just a red D symbol that sometimes fires a green cloud at you. That's a decent imagination trigger, and you can even look at his tooltip to know that D is for dragon. But it seems like we can do better than that. Also, dragons are rather large, and it's a bit odd that the dragon takes the same amount of map space as a sheep. So we'll start by adding a new component to represent larger entities. Oh, it's going to make the dragon big. Okay. There's a convert save load. And we'll just pub struct tile size. Okay. As usual, we won't forget to register it in main and save load system, right? Sort it into place. There it is, and then save load. Attributes. There we go. Okay. It all checks, hopefully, and then we'll also allow you to specify a size for entities in the JSON file. So in RAW's item structs, we'll extend renderable. Remember, we use it for other types. Okay. There it is, and then we can have a pub x size and a y size. We've made the new fields optional, so our existing code will work. And rawmaster finds spawn named mob function that adds a renderable component to the entity. The size was specified. We need to add a tile size component. Okay. So this is rawmaster. Spawn named mob. I guess it doesn't matter, right? If let some so it has an X or a Y size. Then we're going to say EB is EB with our new tile size component. X is going to be renderable, X size, unwrap or 1, and Y is going to be Y size, unwrap or 1. So it defaults to 1. If you specify just an X size, the Y size will be 1. If you just specify just a Y size, the X size will be 1. Now we'll go into spawns.json and add the extra size to the dragon. So it'll be 2 by 2. Okay. There we go. Black dragon. And this goes under here. X size is 2. And Y size is 2. Okay. With the housekeeping taken care of, we need to be able to render larger entities on the map. Well, let's save this. Let's go back here and see if this all checks before we go any further. Here's render entities. It's in camera.rs. Okay. Nope. So this is all new. Open up camera and we'll amend the rendering like this. So here's render camera. I'm guessing it's this section here. Positions, renderables, hidden. And then we have let map, ECS, fetch map. Let sizes. And let entities. And we still have this data here. But positions, renderables, entities, and not hidden. So we do need to add entities here. Data sort by, render order, that's fine. Then we have position, render, and then entity, hidden. And now we're going to say if let some size, sizes get entity, then we have a size, else we're going to do it the old way. Right, and let's just reformat that. Tile size not found in the scope. That's easy enough to fix. Oh, let me get rid of this thing. That's annoying. Tile size. Sizes. Yeah. Okay, that's good. The warnings are probably this thing missing, so let's add it. So for cy in 0.size.y or cx 0.size.x. Okay, and then let idx equal map xy idx tile x and tile y. There we go. And then we have entity screen x. So it's the same kind of code as here, except we're offsetting it by the cx and cy. And there's the x and the y, and then if it were off the screen, we need this map. We're not using the map anymore, are we? I don't think we are. I'm just going to comment it out for now, because it's probably, yeah, we already have it. We already have it. Yeah, there's no reason to get it again. Okay. Right up here, we're going to say basically this same code, which is kind of annoying actually, right? Oh, it's different. This is interesting. Entity screen x plus 1, entity screen y plus 1. Why are we adding 1 now? Alright. Let me just copy paste. Actually, you know what? I'm going to add the plus 1 here. Because that's probably one of the... Because we are seeing a render bug where things are inside walls. And maybe that's the reason, is that we're not shifting it over correctly. Does that look right? Yeah. So then we need to close that, close that, close that. That's it, right? That looks right. So how does this work? We check to see if the entity we are rendering has a tile size component using the if-let syntax for match assignment. If it does, we render each tile individually for the specified size. If it doesn't, we render exactly as before. Yeah, that's this code down here. Note that we're bounds and visibility checking each tile. That's not the fastest approach, but it does guarantee that if you can see part of the dragon, it will be rendered. So, okay. So now it's like 4 dragons glued together. All right, well, let's hop there real quick and take a look. And this we're just gonna have to ignore somehow. I don't know why I said warning instead of warning, but source tutorial, spawner. If it's none, or spawn.1. That's what we care about. So we can just say here if spawn.1 equals none, return. We might have to two-string it or something like that, but let's see. No, that worked. Okay. So that's not going to take effect here, but that's okay. It'll take effect next time we build. There we go. There's the Dwarven Fortress. Let me turn on God mode so I don't die immediately. Let me reveal the map so I can see where I'm going. And then where's the dragon? Somewhere in the middle here. There it is. All right, so now we have a 2x2 dragon. Bam. Bam. If I get close enough to the dragon, it hurts itself with the acid breath. Right? Yeah. Black dragon is dead. So that's probably something we're going to have to fix, is the black dragon's acid breath shouldn't hurt itself. Yeah, if you cargo in now, you'll find yourself facing off with a much bigger dragon. So selecting the dragon. If you actually engage with the dragon in combat, a bunch of problems appear. For ranged attacks, you can only target the top left tile of the dragon. That includes area of effect. Melee also only affects the dragon's top left tile. You can actually walk through the other dragon tiles. The dragon can clip through terrain and still walk down narrow hallways. He might be good at folding up his wings. Isn't the dragon breath hitting itself a problem also? I would think. Fortunately, we can solve a lot of this with the map indexing system. The system needs to be expanded to take into account multi-tile entities. All right. First things first. Make dragon double size. Okay. The system needs to be expanded to take into account multi-tile entities and store an entry for each tile occupied by the entity. Right, so this is the map indexing system. Right there. Okay, it's pretty simple right now. I guess we're making it a little bit bigger. Map position, blocks, tile, pools. Oh, we need to add tile size. All right, and then we just need to add that here. Good. We have clear, populate, block from map. This looks all the same, and now the change is down here, right? So if let some size right, and then if x greater than 0 and x less than map width -1. Right, -1. Then let idx is map xy idx xy. And then we have index entity idx. And blockers get entity is sum. It's just the same exact code, except we're doing it in a loop. And then else this. It would be good if we could just do it, return a location and just have one call to index entity. But we can't, because this has to go through a loop. All right. This solves several problems. You can now attack any part of the dragon. All of the dragon's body blocks others from moving through it, and ranged targeting works against any of its tiles. Tooltips, however, stubbornly still don't work. So if we did let's refresh here. Go here, reveal. Let's go down and find the, oops. Oh yeah, so we have, this +1 isn't working out too well for us. Yeah, so now we're in the middle of this thing. Okay, so we have, that +1 wasn't working. So now if I tooltip, oh, tooltips aren't working. Oh, they sort of are. Yeah, the tooltips only look at the top thing. The player doesn't show up on tooltips. All right, so I'm going to have to change that +1 that we added to the camera. I'm going to have to remove it because it's causing issues. And I'm actually going to take a look again at the code on the website to see if camera also has a +1 removed. Hello. No, they have entity screen +1. So maybe there's... And then they also have this map fetch map twice. Okay. Rust doesn't complain because you're just doing shadowing. Where is entity screen X set up? Yeah, it's right there. X plus pos X minus min X. X plus pos Y minus min Y. Yeah. I think there's a little something something fishy going on with our indexing, and I'm not sure what it is. So I'm just going to switch it back to this. But right, we were going to fix the tooltips. You can only get information from the dragon's top left tile. Fortunately, it's easy to switch the tooltip system to use the map tile content structure rather than repeatedly iterating positions. Probably performs better too. All right, so in GUI, we're going to fix the tooltips. Draw FN, draw tooltips. All right, so we have min X, max X, min Y, max Y, still get screen bounds. We grab the map. Looks like we no longer need positions. Hidden is still there. Attributes is still there. Pose is still there. Entities we don't need. All right, there's the mouse position. This is saying -1 and -1. Okay. And then we have this. If mouse pos.0 is less than 1, or mouse 0 is greater than 49, or mouse pos 1 is less than 1, or mouse pos 1 is greater than 40, and return. And then mouse map pos is still the same. Okay. And then map inbounds. We have something here called if map inbounds point new okay, and then we're going to say map idx, let mouse idx is equal to map xy idx, mouse map pos 0 and 1. And then we're going to check mouse visible tiles. Okay, so it's slightly different, but that's okay. Map visible tiles, mouse idx, return. And then we have our tip boxes. For entity, we don't need position anymore. And we're going to just check map tile content mouse idx. Hitter, filter, E, hidden, get, ** E is none. But then we need the position. Oh, I guess that wasn't needed after all. We must have gotten rid of it last time. So now you can use tooltips to identify the dragon and target any part of it. Just to show how generic the code is, here's a screenshot with a truly enormous drake. All right, let's see what they got. I see. It's got a 5x5 dragon there. All right, let's see if this checks. Yeah, so position no longer exists. Maybe we don't need to check anymore now that we have the position directly. So we no longer need this maybe. Oops. Maybe that's it. Map inbounds is not found. And map.tile content is not found. That's an interesting problem. ECS fetch map, so it's the same thing. Maybe, I'm pretty sure we have tile content. Let's take a look at the map. Oh, map.tiles. Okay, so something's broken here. It's making some sort of assumption about other code changes we need to do. We don't have inbounds. Let's find out where that is. It's nowhere. Okay, so let's dig that up. And this is in our GUI. Where's the GUI? There it is. Draw attribute. I'm looking for draw tooltips. Here we are, draw tooltips. So we do have inbounds, and we do have map visible tiles, and that's on this map. So that's exactly the same. Ooh. All right, so let's take a look at the map data in under map. So map and mod. We do have visible tiles right there. Okay, so what's the problem here? Oh, we're looking for tile content. That's what we're looking for. Tile content. Oh, we have to do for each tile content in a given index. That's right. I remember that now. That was something we actually modified. So let's take a look at the trigger system, for example. For each, and that was something we added to the spatial thing, and this part of the code hasn't been updated to handle the spatial thing. So we just need to do this for each tile content IDX, and we get the entity ID. Okay, so we can do that with here. We can say create spatial for each tile content, and we're going to be on mouse IDX. Entity. Oh, we need to say, we need to figure out this hidden thing, right? Because we don't want to show tooltips for things that are hidden. So we can say if entity, if hidden get entity is some, continue. I think that's what we need to do. And then the end of this needs to be wrapped in that, right? Okay. Let's see if this works. Oh, how do you not? You don't want to continue. What do you want to do? Return? Does that, will that go to the next one? And then we have to create this inbounds thing. Okay, and that's got to be part of map, right? Let's take a look. Inbounds. It's not there. So where's inbounds then? Not there. I mean, it's got to be part of the map, right? Maybe map builders mod? That doesn't make sense though. No. So where's inbounds? That's probably... This is very confusing. We already checked this here, so I'm going to guess that this is not a thing. I'm going to comment it out for now. It builds. What are the warnings? Position is no longer used. That's fine. I can live with that. Okay. So now we should be able to tooltip every part of the dragon. I hope. Okay, let's go here and refresh as soon as this is done building. Turn on God mode, teleport, 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 teleport. All right, so now if we go to the dragon, oh, where's the dragon? How do we get there? This way? What are these G's? Why aren't they? We got lizard men, but do we have these G's that are, I thought those were goblins or something, but no. Okay, so we have a 2x2 dragon, and there's no... Oh, there's a tooltip. Oh, the tooltips are off by 1 now. Look at that. That's where the tooltips are. All right, we do have a 2x2 tooltip, but it's off by 1. Yeah, and this is player, so it's off. It's offset down and to the right. Nameless item bug. So we have an issue that we need to clean up this. All right, let's see if we can figure out what's going on with this tooltip business. So here's our mouse map pause. This is the position. So the mouse pause is the position on the map. I mean, in the GUI. Then we modify the mouse map pause by our min X and min Y, which we get from our screen bounds. And then we're subtracting 1 here. So maybe we don't subtract 1 here. Maybe that's... And now, unfortunately, it's going to take another 26 seconds to build. Just to test out this one theory. Oh, where did I get 8 gold from? Interesting. And why do I have an initiative penalty of 2? I don't know. Okay, refresh. Oh, I start off with initiative penalty of 2. Okay. Okay, so now let's see the tooltip. This is on the player. Okay, that's right there. Good. We should see lizard men right there on the lizard man. We should see the dragon, and all 4 dragons are right there. And we still have these nameless item things. This must be the nun spawns, maybe? No. Oh, you know what this is? This is where the dragon's breath's fired, right? So maybe there's like leftover... I don't know if I can run away from the dragon fast enough. Oh, I can. Right? He just kills himself. Yeah, and so one step later, all of the dragon fire is gone. Let me do that again. let's go here. And the dragon's breath. Right, let's watch for it. So there's the 3 dragon. Oh, we can't tooltip these 2. Interesting. Okay, so now, and I can tooltip all 4. And now everywhere where the dragon's breath was is this nameless item, which is left over from the dragon's breath particle effect. If I move up where the dragon can't see me, now all of those nameless items are gone. Okay, so let's add that to our bugs list. Particle, effect, tool, tips. That I'm going to remember what that means later, right? I'm not going to remember what that means. I'm going to look at that and say, what the hell was I talking about? Status, git add, bugs and source. What did we do? Oh, we fixed tooltips. Commit tooltips now work for large sized mobs. Good. Okay. Right. So you probably noticed the dragon died really easily. What happened? The dragon isn't immune to its own breath web. Right. Okay. That's what I was talking about. So being in the breath radius inflicted damage upon the poor beast. The area of effect system meant that the dragon was hit repeatedly. Several tiles were within the radius, so for each tile the dragon took damage. That's not entirely unrealistic. You would expect a fireball to hit more surface area on a large target, but it's definitely an unexpected consequence. Area of effect poison or web would stack 1 status effect per tile on the poor victim also. It's an interesting question as to whether we want area of effect to hit the caster in general. It makes for a good balance on fireball, and is an old D&D saw, careful not to hit yourself, but it can definitely lead to unexpected effects. Fortunately, we can cure the first part, attacking yourself with a simple change to effects damage. Right, so this is just saying, if you're the caster, you don't take any damage from it. I would rather see a way of making the dragon immune from acid spells. That would be more along the way I would like to see things go, but we're going to go with this. So, in damage. And I have to remember I have that extra buffer there that needs to go away. Inflict damage. Here's our pools. If some pool is mute, get mute target. If we're not in God mode. If let some creator is damage creator, and if the creator is the target, then return. Okay. Area of effect spells no longer obliterate the caster, but can still hit friendlies. That's a decent compromise. We'll also add deduplication to our effect system. That's probably a good idea. Anyway, open effects mods and we'll get started. What's deduplication? Oh, duplication meaning if you hit for each tile. Okay, that makes sense. And we'll have to include hash set for our effects spawner. Okay, so let's just check this. Yeah, no file for buffer 1. I can live with that. And we don't need this guy anymore. And then effects and mod rs. Where's our effects spawner? There it is. So we have dedupe. For some reason this is not pub. Hash set entity. Okay. And then modify the add effect function to include one. And of course we'll need, we have vecdac, we can just add hash set. Okay, next we'll need to modify a bunch of locations to make the referenced effect mutable, as in it can be changed. So the run effects queue, where is that? Oh, we have to pass in a mutt effect here. Okay. And then target applicator. And what changes here? I don't see it. Oh, here. This mutt here. Okay. And an effect tile also should have a mutt on the effect spawner. Okay. Let's see if that builds. It does not. What's wrong? Effect. Oh, here. Let's add duplication prevention to effect entity. So that. Oh, what is this saying? Types differ in mutability. Expect immutable reference. So this needs to have a mutt as well. No, it doesn't like that. Oh, some effect is mutable. Yeah, there we go. I missed that. A little mutt hidden in there. And now we have borrow issues. What are we doing here? Oh, this is target applicator. Oh, we need to modify this code here. So match effects target clone. Oh, we got to clone it. Okay. That's the answer to mutability problems everywhere, right? Just hit clone. Okay, good. And then we add deduplicate prevention to effect entity. So right at the top, before we do anything else, where's effect entity? Right there. So we're going to say if effect dedupe contains target and return. And if it doesn't, we're going to just add it right there. So the next time we call it, we don't have to re-affect it. And if you cargo run now, the dragon won't affect themselves at all. If you launch fireballs at the dragon, I modified spawner temporarily to start with the rod of fireballs to test it. It affects the dragon just the once. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to assume that's correct. Whoops, dedupe with an E. And one thing, maybe this would be a good project for tomorrow, is I would like to be able to, you know how in NetHack you can summon things with text. Maybe that'll be a project for tomorrow. Instead of doing the next chapter, we can write a little cheat mode menu, which will allow us to enter some text and say spawn this item in our inventory. That would be a good thing to add. I don't know how much work that would be. Maybe that'd be very simple to do, but it'll be a way for me to prove that I've learned something through this tutorial, if I could do something like that. So I'm going to look at that. Let's see, I've got 10 minutes left. How close are we to the end? Not very. Yeah, okay, so we're going to stop here then. And tomorrow I'll start with this. And then once we're done with this chapter, then I'll add the code to summon based on typing in text. Because that'll be interesting, handling key presses and insert and delete and all that kind of stuff, and keeping track of the currently typed data, I guess. So get diff. What do we do here? Oh, prevent. Oh, let's do Clippy again, real quick before we do this, because I'm about to push this up to GitHub. Make sure we're good. Oh, we got one other thing. Oh, okay, yeah. Let's fix that. That's not hard to fix. System data is map indexing data to K. and just say type map indexing data tick A equals this, and then we can just pull it out like that, reformat it, and then do that again. That's easy enough. Okay, git add source. Is that everything? Git commit -m. And what do? We prevent spells from hitting the mob that cast them, and we also did the dedupe thing, but I don't need to comment on that. Git push. All right, so we did a bunch of stuff. Let's take a look here. Refresh. Right, we added the dwarf fort level. We rebalanced spawns so that we don't have a plethora of props and mobs. Epic Blog says, kudos for taking the time to always end your session with Clippy cleanups. Thanks. Yeah, I know there's not everybody's enamored with Clippy, but I figure it's a good way to learn, right? When Clippy complain about something, I say, oh yeah, that's interesting to know. And there are some things that people disagree with Clippy, and that's why you put in the allows, the hashtag allows on the things. So we added the black dragon, made a dragon double size, and then had to fix all the bugs by making the entity double sized, and then prevented the spells and whatnot. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we can go raid Togglebit. Didn't he stream earlier today? Maybe he didn't. Maybe this is his first stream. He has plenty of people on his stream now anyway, but we'll go raid him. All right, thanks for hanging out, everybody, with me today. I will be working tomorrow on letting the dragon attack from any tile, and then we're going to add a little hack to allow us to spawn any item, which should be fun. All right, that's it for me for today. Take care, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow.